I wasn't going to talk about that, the rental problems, but I guess I'm wondering, is it a legislation problem on the state level? Is the no bail thing really affecting how these things are being prosecuted or not being prosecuted? Because our police officers are going to arrest somebody and then they're going to be instantly led away and have no fines of any kind. They're not going to be put in jail. So is it a waste of our time trying to prosecute, or is there actually a lapse in the police enforcement? Is there work that should be being done that's not being done? I know a lot of people in enforcement, and I know some people in loss prevention, and I know that they are in big stores, chain stores. They're dealing with the same problems in New York State, and it's because of legislation in New York. We have emboldened the criminal, so we give them the right to steal, to damage, to hurt other people, and have no repercussion. Actually, we encourage it, and then we find them new housing after they destroy the housing that they've already been given for free. So, is it the police problem? I'm not sure, but it would be nice to know, are we not prosecuting enough? Is there more that can be done? Some of these, especially if the numbers are as big as they are, they're felonies. They're not misdemeanors, so there should be different levels of enforcement. So if it can be proven, it would be nice. Because I can understand, I feel bad for you guys. You invest, instead of a 401k, they put them in houses. So they should be protected. And if there's something missing on the Watertown end, we should do something about that for sure. Besides that, I was going to say, I know we talked about 2 weeks ago about Chief Timmerman asking for some new employees. I always appreciate when he comes up to talk. I think he does an excellent job, and I think he has the city's best interest at heart. So with the numbers, I know we're around $750,000 approximately in overtime right now, and I was wondering how much of that is because of manning shortages, because of the minimum manning, how much of that is because of short-term sick time usage, not long-term because of injuries, but short-term, and personal day usage. Do we have a breakdown on that? Do we know how much that is affecting our overtime numbers right now? And then do we know how much it is because of like fire calls, structure fires, stuff like that? Do we have that breakdown? Because all those things, maybe you guys have the information, I just didn't hear it. But all those items would make a difference in how valuable these extra people would be, because if there's cost that no matter how many people we add, those costs aren't going to change. Like if there's going to still be personal time usage on shifts, we're still going to have to call somebody in for overtime. If we're getting an excess usage of single sick days and we have to call people in, that's still not going to change by having extra people. You're still going to have to pay overtime. So I was just wondering if we could know that information. And thanks, Chief. I think you do a great job. I've heard some business owners complaining about the 15-minute parking downtown maybe is not being enforced. I'm not sure if we still have a parking enforcement agent. I don't know. I drive through downtown, but everybody drives through downtown quick, so maybe there is. Do we enforce that regularly? And if we don't, it would be nice, because I know some people with businesses that would like to be able to have a good turnover. So if they're taking up those 15-minute spots, maybe we could try to push them along. I also heard about there's some homeless people kind of loitering around in some of the buildings on Court Street, inside the buildings, in the vestibule areas that shouldn't be, and they've reached out to enforcement to try to get them out. They disturb people walking in and out of the buildings. Some of them, I don't know, maybe it's mental illness, whatever, but is there anything that can be done to get these people somewhere where they're not disturbing businesses? My next item would be, during the new business section of the council meetings, can we limit this stuff to just business that pertains to the city? As much as I like reading or listening to national news, can we not talk about it unless it directly pertains to the city? Can we do no patting yourself on the back and letting me know how great you are? Do that on a blog or something. A lack of pontificating would be great. And realistically, no fighting. At the end of the meeting, I leave. I'll go home and listen to it, but it's extremely difficult to sit here and watch in person. If I can close my eyes and listen and do some work. It makes it a hell of a lot easier for me to comprehend. I mean, it's killing people listening to this stuff. Try to make this new business about new business, not about yourself or egos or anything. I'd like to see it just be city work. And finally, just to let you guys know, I'll be shoveling around my fire hydrant closest to my house, and I always do. And I appreciate City DPW, City Water Department, and the Parks and Rec. I know over those last couple of huge snowstorms we've had, those guys were working 16-hour shifts all through the holidays, Christmas. They've missed a lot of time. I didn't hear any, and I know a lot of these guys, I didn't hear any complaining from them for all the work that they had to do. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else wishing to address council?